Hi, so welcome to the Please Subscribe show. As you know, recently, I'm not from Maine, I'm actually from Texas. I lived in Maine for a while, but recently you know that I learned a Tracy Chapman song. So first what we're going to do is make sure we're in tune. Okay, so Fast Car was written by Tracy Chapman, which is a song that she wrote about a struggling lady that had to help her father out and then met a man that had a fast car, or a woman, I don't know, but a person that had a fast car and wanted to get out of town and start over. So we're on this version, we're only going to worry about picking these two strings right here. So we're going to have the thumb here on the second string, and then the first finger here on the fifth string going down. Now for classical, that'd be the second string, and for classical, that'd be the fifth string. So this would be the fifth on classical, and this would be the second on classical. So it's either or. Now, the first thing we want to do is you can play the full C, which is right here, but you don't want to play it that way. You want to pluck everything. So when we start, we have an open finger here, which is very common on Tracy Chapman, especially this song. This song is like a riff that you play over and over again, and you continue that until she says remember. So when she says remember, you go into strumming, and it's a lift strum. But first, we're going to focus on just playing the intro. Let me do it once, and then we'll talk about it. Okay, so that's not how it actually goes, but I was just kind of giving you the riff. So now we're going to attempt it again. Now that is how it goes. So we have a moment in it where we start with a partial C. And we're going to start with an open, and we're going to pluck with the thumb and the first finger. Then we're going to put the first finger down using the same string I talked about before, and just regular guitar playing, that'd be the fifth string on the first fret. Your ring finger, which is this finger, goes on the third fret on the second string, which I'm giving you the wrong string, but I'm just doing for common knowledge or the layman terms of using this string. In classical, that'd actually be the fifth string. So this is the second string right here. Okay, watch. Okay, now we're gonna go down all the way to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And just pretend like I'm using the capo. If you use a capo or capo, however you want to say it, you'll just use the same method on the capo. And I'll definitely show you on the capo too. Okay. So without the capo, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. Then what I do is tight together and further apart, going on the fifth one, which is a center dot right there. See the dot? The center dot, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and the fifth. Okay? Okay? Now, you'll sing the whole thing. You got a fast car, I want a ticket to anywhere. Okay, so you'll sing the whole thing through the whole. Now, I want to also talk about some other strings. Sorry, my wife's in there cooking. I want to talk about some other strings that are involved when you can pick. There's one thing that I do on the Cole and Linda band. My wife and I have our own band, and I'm not using all of the strings on purpose because I want it very clear and insinuated on each string that I choose. So I'm omitting the third string here. I'm taking that one out of the song on our version. Okay, now I have an option to pluck the 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5th string. Okay, or I can pick it like this. But I want to make sure I hit this at least once. You can hit it twice if you want to. It'll sound a little funny, but you can, and then twice here. Okay. I go on the third time. Now we're going to talk about this part. I do tight right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. The 7th fret. If you're doing the capo, you're going to be going down 2 more, which will be 9. And then the one below it, which would be 10. In this case, it'd be 7 and 8. Now, in the part that insinuates something that there'll be a change is this part. Okay. All I'm doing is using my pinky. In this case, without the capo, this would be 7, 8. This would be 8. This would be 9. I'll hit the 10th with my pinky, 1 time and 1 time off. Then I'll go up forward, and I'll go wide. So I'm going to go with the 5th and the 7th, meaning I'm spreading my fingers apart, starting off tight, then going in wide. Tight together and then wide. Many songs do this. Tight and then wide. Led Zeppelin did it a lot too. Tight and then wide. It means that your fingers are close together here, tight, on the 7th and the 8th, then goes wide on the 5th and the 7th. Stays on the 7th a little bit, but it moves string. Guitar playing is all about movement. Now with the insinuation, that there would be change. So listen. Now you can hear there's an open string that I'm hitting. You can do that to insinuate an open sound. It starts open. Tight. Open. Tight, spread apart. Tight, spread apart. The open part's right here. Hear it? Now I can omit the open. Okay, so I can play with the strings in between and go off and on to catch the conscience of the audience. Because a cover song is never going to be perfect as Tracy Chapman played it, because you can't be Tracy Chapman. You have to be, well, in my case, Cole Spivey. It's making my wife cry. Okay, so eventually it gets to remember. We're driving in your car, speed so fast I felt I was a drunk. Okay, so, or I felt like I was drunk, okay? If you're drunk, you're a drunk at that moment. So I felt like I was drunk, okay? Which I don't drink, but anyway. So we're gonna hit the C 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, minor. 1, 2, 3, 4, D. 3, 4, okay? That's gonna be in the middle of the chorus. So the first time we do it, we're actually gonna add we're going to add something to it. So listen. 1, 2, 3, 4, C. Now I call that the rock and roll chord right there. Everybody in rock and roll knows that chord right there. It's the third middle finger on the 3rd fret, first finger on 2nd fret. You got your ring finger on the 3rd fret, the second to the longest string, or if you're classical, the 5th string. Or I'm sorry, if you're classical, the 2nd string. If you're regular, the 5th string. And the 6th string, or the 1st string if you're classical, or if you're not classical, then it would be rock and roll, be the 6th string. Got it? So we're gonna hit that one instead. 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, right? We're not gonna go in that area, but we're gonna use those chords. The actual thing that Tracy Chapman does, or in the song, is a little bit different. She's gonna start with C, 1, 2, 3, 4, rock and roll chord. Then we go to minor, 4, minor. Get ready to go to D, get ready to go to D, and then D. There we go, 2, 3, and then D. That's the first part of it. Driving in my car, speed so fast that I felt like I was drunk. Okay, that's that part. Now, here is the difference. Once she continues with the build, she's only gonna go to the C. Okay? Now, the reason why is because she hits a vocal thing. I had a feeling that I belong. So she changes the rhythm. It's hard for guitar players to get this because that's what makes a great guitar player. Bob Dylan did it, Tracy Chapman did it. There's a change in it. And it starts from your D. Now watch. Okay? That's what makes it great because it goes with the lift. Her voice goes, I, and so does the lift. You go to a C and then right into the minor. I had a feeling that I belong. I had a feeling that I could be someone, be someone, be someone, be someone, be someone. Okay? So when you're getting into that part, just remember after the C, you'll feel it. You want to feel it. You want to feel music. You don't want to think of it like an educational academic thing. You'll give up on music if you do that. If you think of music like an academic thing, like you go to college and you study music and you think of that as you're doing it, you'll give up playing music. It's got to be about the feeling. So when she's on the D, you got to feel it. She gets that D, right? I had a feeling that I belong. I had a feeling I could be someone, be someone, be someone. Now, one more last thing that I've heard a lot of guitar players, because I've studied a lot of people that deal with this song. I did admit the 3rd string on it, and you can add it totally. If that works for you as a musician, add all the strings, okay? Sit there and play it all freaking, just rocking it, right? Do it. Do whatever you want with it. You have to take on a song, and it has to become your own. But would I say this? Is you want to try to have a little bit of a drag, bringing this finger down a little bit because it sounds beautiful. I do it on accident, but I like it. Watch the ring finger here. Hear it? Hear it? It's very subtle. It's very subtle, listen. Hear that? That's very important in guitar playing. You can barely hear it, listen. I did that on purpose to show you that there's a sound, right? And it's real Tracy Chapman. Okay. Now, something I noticed about Tracy Chapman live is she'll slow down. If the song slows down, then she'll slow down. She watches, just like a method actor out there on the stage, a method actor will watch the audience. Like, they don't look at the audience per se. They might on an aside, but they are aware of what's going on around them. If there's a siren out there, they may include that in the play. If there's someone yelling, they may include that in the play. A musician will feel the energy of the room. And if something's happening, she may slow down a little bit. So when I heard her live one time, she was actually going like, I don't know if she was drunk, but see, she was raised Baptist, so I doubt she drinks. See, it's slower. Feel the energy of the room first. You can slow that down too. You got a fast car. Is it fast enough to drive away? You want a ticket? We could leave tonight, or we could die this way, or live or die this way. Right? Yeah. You got a fast car. Want a ticket to anywhere? Maybe we can make a deal. Something like be together, or maybe we can get together. Linda sings anyway. But Linda's the one that sings it. I don't sing that one. But anyway, what's really cool is the lift. Listen to the lift. Listen to the lift. Listen to the lift. Now, if you count the 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. That goes right into the minor, right? So that's going to be part of the actual chorus. But listen. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Right? So keep on rocking, Tracy Chapman.